have to be accountable to the decisions you have chosen. Kailangan mo siyang panindigan.
Your success indicator as a student leader is kapag nakapag-build ka pa ng mas maraming leaders, no? To make sure that you are still on the same path na kung saan ka nagsimula, kung bakit ka nagserbisyo, at andun pa din yung prinsipyo mo
May
as a student.
ipinaglalaban pero hindi lahat kinakalaban.
Are student leaders today actually effective or just visible?
Well, we're here to talk today. Welcome back here on to the Youth Talk podcast.
Where we open the mic for real conversations that shape us as a community.
Ang init ng panahon at mainit ang topic natin for today na important for the community.
Totoo, Luna. Pero 'di ba, kahit mainit, bibili pa rin tayo ng coffee kasi 'di ba, it keeps us running eh.
Tama. So, syempre, we can't have coffee if we don't have mugs.
Totoo. Kaya thank you so much to Miss Contapay from Magnetic Souvenirs for our coffee mugs.
Now that we're energized, we're joined by distinguished guests from our community.
Exactly. So for our first guest, he served as a student regent of the University of Makati last 2024 to 2025 and has held multiple leadership positions from University Student Council President to various student organizations throughout the years. He is also a recipient of the Presidential Leadership Award and the University Service Award, recognizing his commitment to leadership and service. Let's welcome Mr. Einar Asuncion.
Hi guys.
Ayan. We're also joined by a passionate educator and leader in the field of English and innovative education. He holds degrees from the University of Makati and is currently pursuing his Doctor of Education in Innovative Educational Management. With a strong background in student leadership, he has served in key roles within the university, including as the Executive President of the Student Council and representative to the Board of Regents. He was also the former advisor of the Language Consortium and a coach in radio script writing and broadcasting. It's a pleasure to have him with us today. Let's all welcome Sir Elvis Galsote.
Hi guys!
Hey. Ayan. So now that we have introduced our guests, let's start off with the first question. Since ang topic natin today is about student leadership, let's first start off with the most basic question. How did your leadership journey start? Let's first start with Sir Elvis.
Okay, I can answer in English or in Filipino naman.
Both your
In
principles.
Visayas.
And Visayas.
Okay, I think as far as I can remember when I was here at the University of Makati, it all started when I was in senior high school. I believe I wasn't able to get that position in a Supreme Student Government, but I was able to help. I was part of a technical working committee or something like that. I was a volunteer. Okay, and I think it started from that. And then later on, when I jumped into college, when I was in first year, I started as one of the first year representative. I don't know if meron pa rin ganon. And then later on, second year, here comes my journey at Student Council because it was extreme before it. Nung time ko, I was second year, yung senior namin, fourth year na. Kasi pioneer kami ng senior high school. So medyo kami na yung senior nung second year college ako. So nag-start doon, I was elected as the chairperson of the College of Education and currently known as College of Innovative Teacher Education. And after that, nung na-elect ako as chairperson, na-elect din ako as executive president, yun. Then, of course, kapag ikaw yung president, you will become the student representative to the Board of Regent. And then, kapag ikaw din yung president, you will become the chairperson for Student Discipline Committee. So, medyo halo-halo na din yung roles and responsibilities. And that's how I started my journey for my leadership.
Grabe, ang dami talagang leadership experience ni Sir Elvis. Imagine, second year pa lang, chairperson ka na.
Actually, if ako yung magbibigay ng advice ngayon, it's okay na i-take nyo na ng second year kayo. Kasi sabi namin before, if mag-third year ka na or mag-fourth year kasi you will be busy with your OJT.
Yeah,
eh.
OJT.
So kung may OJT ka na, how are you going to handle the events, different activities? So yung priority mo, OJT. So kung third year ka, most likely, okay pa din, may thesis writing ka. So kung second year ka,
Medyo
incoming,
maluwag-luwag pa.
Best year
best
pala yun.
year, parang sa akin, best year yon para maging part ng student council.
True.
How about you?
Ayan, so sige, for me naman, no, siguro in general, I consider this one as my leadership experience already. No? Nag-start akong maging leader the moment na nagkaroon ako ng kapatid. So, in our family kasi, ako yung panganay. So, yun. So, nag-start ako maging leader the moment na nagkaroon ako ng kapatid. And number 2, when we are talking about school, no, it was when I was in grade 4. No, I joined this theater group. Yeah, so I also joined theater groups when I was in elementary. However, it stopped during high school. No, so sa high school, doon talaga ako nag-start mag-join ng student councils. No, so back then, the position available lang naman sa junior high school is up until secretary. So there's a rule back then na you can only run for vice president and president when you are already in senior high school. So mix kasi siya, hindi siya katulad sa atin sa university na hiwalay, no, yung senior high school and yung college. So mix siya nung time na yun. So basically hanggang secretary lang yung pwede naming i-run. And then during my senior high school days, I was studying at Arellano University, and then doon ako nag-start na ma-elect as president ng student council back then. So here in University of Makati, my first leadership stance was when me and Ma'am Stella Barasino, ni-reactivate namin yung formerly known as COAS Research Society. So, since nahiwalay na lahat ng institutes, no?
Yeah.
So, nahiwalay na sa tatlo, Institute of Nursing, Institute of Pharmacy, Institute of Imaging Health Sciences. Nagkaroon ng reactivation, pero ni-rename lang siya into ASIPERS. No, I was the first president nung time na bumalik yung organization na yon. And then, that was way back second year. And then, nung third year, doon ako tumakbo as chairperson. So, technically, hindi talaga planado yung pagiging
Chairperson.
elected ko. Yung chairperson, planado siya. It was planned. Pero yung pagka-elect as president ng USC, yun yung hindi na siya planado. Kasi,
Same, oh.
di ba sir, during the meeting de avance, kasi lahat kayo is nominated.
Sa amin naman before, dahil sobrang extreme yung time namin, wala talagang formal na parang, ito
Process.
magkakaroon
Walang
ng,
process.
wala pang process talaga, hindi namin kilala kung sino yung, parang, if ikaw yung student council ngayon, there should be an official transfer of responsibilities.
Oh.
During nung time namin, parang,
Wala.
okay, bahala kayo yung susunod
Wala
na
pang
ano.
MBA na nangyari.
Walang ganon,
Walang
walang
election.
ganon sa amin talaga.
Ayun.
Kaya
So,
sobrang hirap na, okay, on the day na nag-convene kami, after that, okay, sige, election tayo. Who would like to nominate us, blah, 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 ganun na. Talagang
Hindi
on
pa
the
kilala isa't
spot.
isa.
Medyo kilala, pero not really na you have to introduce yourself, anong platform. Anong platform yung sasabihin ko, hindi nga kami nakapag-prepare for this.
yeah. So, during my time naman, no, yun yung first year na ang nangyari is elected lahat ng chairpersons. Kasi from the previous years, you have to show an intent. Kailangan mo mag-file na tatakbo kang USC President, tatakbo kang Vice President, tatakbo kang Secretary General. Pero during our time kasi, doon nag-start na sabi sa amin, lahat kayo nominated. 15 kami doon, nakahupo sa harapan. 15 kaming nominated. So, very siya, parang sobrang, let's say, hindi mo talaga alam kung sino yung mananalo that time. Kasi walang nagsasabi kung anong gusto nilang takbuhin, walang may gusto ng mataas na posisyon. But yeah, it's the student leaders na nag-decide talaga nung magiging votation that time. Pero yeah, binigay sa atin yung responsibility. So, sino tayo para tumanggi? The only thing that we can do back then was to accept the position and to, of course, make ourselves ready doon sa isang taon na hahawakan natin yung position na yun.
Kasi diba still, student leadership is a privilege given by the community. I really love na dito natin makikita na yung leadership, hindi siya nagsa-start lang sa school.
Yes.
Nagsa-start siya sa tahanan natin mismo. How we lead sa bahay, how we serve our parents, mga kapatid natin. Tapos nadadala natin yung values na yun when we enter na, diba, student leadership. So, what's one decision po that you made as a student leader that stayed with you until now?
One decision na nagstay sa akin up until now. Siguro the moment na inaccept ko yung regency, no? Kasi hindi ka magiging ready. Parang you are never ready for that position. Hindi mo siya mapapaghandaan kasi sabi ko nga, 'di ba, nominated lahat. So, ako hindi ko naman ginusto na tumakbong president ng USC. So, life-changing siya in a way na you'll really learn a lot throughout the process. Siyempre siguro sa first quarter, maraming mangyayaring bagay na sa constituents mo, sa USC in general na maraming changes na mangyayari, maraming adjustments na mangyayari, may hindi magkakasundo, pero hindi dapat kasi doon nag-end, no? So we are leading the entire students of the University of Makati, and it is very important na malaman natin all throughout the process kung ano ba talaga yung way natin, kung paano natin sila mapagsisilbihan ng maayos.
Yeah. Kayo naman po, Sir Elvis, what's one decision you made as a student leader na tumatak po talaga sa puso at isip niyo?
Wow.
Tagos, no?
Grabe,
dapat.
ang hirap maghalungkat, no, from my memory lane kung ano yung one decision or best decision during my
Time as a student
time,
leader.
no, as a student leader. Pero siguro yung time na I have to empower my co-leaders na we believe kasi doon sa saying na leadership is not about a position. No, it's about an action. So what I did before or what we did before, we have to ask, for example, for the College of Human Kinetics. I don't know if yun pa din yung college.
Yes,
Yun pa
yun
din.
pa rin.
Okay, yung College of Human Kinetics. You will be responsible for the event of intramurals. We are your backbone, but you have to spearhead the event. So from that day forward, nagkaroon kami ng iba't ibang events, pero na-divide namin yung task. So I think it's more of division ng work. Kasi yung iba iniisip nila na siya lang yung na-elect doon, pero iba yung nakikita nila. So wala kaming, kung magmi-meeting kami sa isang table, naka-U-shape yon or naka-circle yon kasi ang concept namin, walang nakatalikod, walang may nauuna, lahat family sabay-sabay. So, hindi natin ma-identify kung sino yung president, yung vice president, secretary, etc. So, ganun yung ginawa namin dun sa activities. You will spearhead, pero andi dito kami. Kami yung workers. Even though I am the executive president, I was elected, pero wala yung position na yun during that time. So, I will let you experience the leadership, the management, etc. And I think that's one of the best decisions we had. Kasi, na-empower naman yung isa't isa na hindi lang porket nasa position ka, ikaw yung gagalaw at ikaw yung mag-lead. So, I think yun talaga. Kasi if I will identify kung asa na sila ngayon, malayo yung mga narating ng mga student leaders natin dito sa University of Makati.
I agree. I really like the fact na walang hierarchy during nung meeting nyo. Because like, if may hierarchy kasi minsan, may nahihiya mag-speak up. Lalo na kapag they're like, may different opinions. And let's say, the president or the chairperson, tapos your rep, magkaiba ng opinion. Most probably, like from what I've experienced, nakakahiya mag-speak up and you're a representative and your opinion is against the chairperson or of higher position.
And I would like to quote my friend, Miss Jocelyn Ortega, our Secretary General before. She said, and she always say, may ipinaglalaban pero hindi lahat kinakalaban. So, before kung mag-usap kami, if you want to express your opinions, your thoughts, kahit mapa-estudyante man yan, mapa-admin man yan, hindi natin sila kalaban, magkakakampi tayo dito.
Oo, yun yung importance ng sir, no, ng kailangan diplomatic ka when you are a student leader.
Tsaka yung pag-encourage natin ng trust talaga sa ating team, sa ating fellow leaders na okay, kaya nyo tong gawin. May
Yes.
tiwala kami sa opinions nyo, ano yung thoughts nyo dito, at sa leadership na meron kayo.
True.
So actually po, we had student entries before this podcast. And according to our student entries, they expressed that accountability matters the most to them for their student leaders. So actually, 4 yung options doon, which were transparency, responsiveness, initiative, and accountability. So para po sa inyong dalawa, out of the 4, which do you think every student leader should have?
Wait, para mas thrilling.
Thrilling?
Sabay kayo magsalita kung
Oy!
one.
Kumbaga showtime.
So,
Dapat pala kapalagod ka.
partners. Okay.
Ano yung pagpipilian?
Ulit. Transparency, responsiveness, initiative, and accountability. Okay?
Bilang kayo, guys.
Okay.
Okay. Okay? 1, 2, 3, go!
Lahat.
Responsiveness.
Lahat.
Isa lang.
Si Sir hindi marunong sumunod. Sabi ko nila ng isa, pero lahat. Pero I think, ganun talaga, di ba? Dapat lahat. Walang pagpipilian. Sige.
It's the rank. It's the rank.
If rank, sir,
Ranking,
ano po yung
ranking.
pinakamataas among the 4?
Ano ulit?
Transparency, responsiveness, initiative, accountability.
Accountability.
Okay, let's first sort out, at dahil po accountability ang napili nyo,
Why?
unahin po muna natin si
Sige.
Ainer. Bakit po?
Ayan, so for me, in this day and age ng student leadership sa University of Makati, no, ang nakikita ko kasi na pinaka nakukulangan tayo ngayon is yung urgency natin sa sitwasyon, no. So it is very important for us to quickly respond, no, doon sa urgency ng situation. So that's why I chose responsiveness. Kasi as a student leader, before even running for a position, you should know that you are accountable when you are already in that position. Number 2, kailangan alam mo na you should have the initiative to do things, no? Hindi lang dapat nalilimitahan sa events, hindi lang dapat nalilimitahan sa kung ano yung roles and responsibilities mo sa student leadership, no? Kailangan may initiative ka na ilabas natin kung ano yung meron sa university, no? We have global partnerships, we have national partnerships outside university. So those kinds of initiatives, dapat planado mo na siya from the very moment that you've decided to run as a student leader here in UMAC. Number 3, we have transparency, no? So transparency is a very basic thing na dapat alam natin as a student leader, no? As a student leader, very basic na sana meron na transparent tayo in terms of funds, not only in terms of funds, but as well as all of the things that we are doing, no? Responsiveness, no? Ito yung bagay kasi na na-overlook natin palagi, no? Maraming issues from the past years, no, na hindi siya nasolusyonan agad dahil hindi natin tinake yun as urgent. Maraming bagay na sana ay nasolusyonan on that week, on that moment, pero hindi natin nagawa ng paraan kasi sabihin natin, pinatay muna yung issue. Which is something na hindi dapat natin ginagawa. No? Again, responsiveness dun sa urgency ng sitwasyon. Very important siya in a way na kailangan alam natin kung saan, kailan, at kung ano yung tamang timing to respond dun sa sitwasyon. Yun.
Okay. Kayo po, Sir Elvis, bakit po accountability?
Para sa akin, accountable ka because in terms of leadership, it's not leadership alone actually, it's leadership and management. So if there's leadership and management, we always have this decision making. So it should be a skill. No, if you will become a leader, there should be a decision making skills. And you have to be accountable. Sometimes when we decide, it's a good decision or the opposite. What if it is a bad decision? Not really bad, but unfortunately, it happens. No, may nangyari hindi inaasahan, and you have to be accountable, and that is leadership. So now, that's number 1 for me. You have to be accountable to the decisions you have chosen. Kailangan mo siyang panindigan. Maganda man yan o hindi. Kailangan meron kang accountability. I-arrange ko ba siya? Like, yung magkakasunod? Or it's okay na?
Okay naman na po.
Okay
Sir.
na
Kasi
po,
I
sir.
think we all you both agree na lahat kailangan talaga siya.
Yes.
Pero kumbaga, ito yung mga para sa inyo, need na need right now.
Like, I agree talaga sa unang sinabi ni Sir Elvis na lahat talaga kailangan ng 5 qualities
Actually,
na to.
oo.
Like, what makes a student leader a good student leader.
Correct. Dapat holistic yung approach natin.
Yes. Now, moving forward po, according sa survey na ginawa din po namin,
May survey.
Yes.
Family,
Ayun.
family feud.
now they express six qualities of their ideal student leader. So let's tackle it one by one. First one, responsible.
Mhm.
Bakit po kailangan ang isang student leader responsible?
Kasi baka mamaya may mga tumatakbo tapos kapag na-elect nawawala na afterward.
Ayun, nagiging
Controversy.
MIA.
Oo,
Missing
missing in
in
action
action.
sila. Tapos hindi na sila responsive to the needs of the students.
To the needs of the community.
To the needs of the community, di ba?
To the universe,
Kaya
rather.
kailangan responsible sila. Hindi pwedeng binigan ka dyan ng position tapos nawala ka out of nowhere.
Yes,
Hirap
tsaka
naman.
responsibilities talks about commitment din kasi, no? So, again, hindi natin ina-expect na nandito tayo sa posisyon na to. Pero the moment na tinanggap natin yung posisyon, the moment na nandito na tayo, dapat maging responsible tayo in terms of number one, sa leadership style na meron tayo, dapat self-aware tayo kung ano yung kaya natin gawin, kung ano yung way kung paano natin mabibigay yung best service sa estudyante. Number two, responsible tayo in terms of the organization. No? In an organization, hindi lang naman kasi mag-isa ka. No? Sa isang organisasyon, 15 kayo, 16, 17 sa University and Council, consisting of different chairpersons. So, very important na responsible ka in terms of number one, decision making. No, 'yon. Sabi ni Sir kanina, kailangan maging accountable ka sa lahat ng desisyon na meron ka. And then lastly, responsible ka dapat sa mga pinagsisilbihan mo.
Yes. Ayan, nabanggit din kanina ang commitment.
Correct.
Ayan, kailangan
Nandito
talaga.
siya.
As student
Committed.
leaders,
Wala
kailangan
dapat tayo sa
committed
ano.
ka as a student
Yeah.
leader.
No to no label ka, no?
Ayun, dapat kailangan na legal talaga. Ayan, so since napag-usapan na din naman na kanina or natakal na din naman about sa commitment, reliable. So what makes a student reliable ba? What's the basis of being a reliable student leader?
Siguro ako, based on my experience, since kapag president ka or chairperson ka ng student council mo, tapos na-elect ka as the president, dalawa kasi yung wino-workout mo eh. Meron kang student council, tapos meron kang for the entire university-wide. So, para sa akin yung reliability, I have so much trust with my student council kasi during my time, kapag magpapatawag ako ng meeting, I let them decide. So, yung reliability na kaya nila makapag-produce ng magandang output, kaya nila makapag-produce ng magandang decision without my presence. So, doon ako nagbibigay. No, reliability is about your trust. Trust mo sa kanila with their skills, kung anong skills man yung hinahanap ninyo during that time. So, you have to be reliable. Na kapag iniwan ko yung trabaho na to sa'yo, you can perform. Matatapos siya. May accomplishment. Okay? And not just really accomplishment, but with excellence talaga. So, I think that's reliability.
Yes. Tsaka sa University and Council kasi guys, composed siya ng different committees, no? So kada chairperson may naka-assign, may nakatoka kung anong committee mo. Let's say for example, Finance and Review Head ka ng USC. Number 2, Audit and Property Custodian ka. So dapat aware ka kung ano yung work mo, and you as the president, meron tayong tinatawag kasi na macro leadership, no? Hindi dapat natin na, like for example, yung OFAR natin merong desisyon, papakialaman na natin. No, that's why kaya nga meron tayong iba't ibang committee sa university. So you should let that person decide sa committee niya, and dapat alam niya na dapat accountable siya kung ano man yung magiging decision niya. And as the vice president no ng University Student Council, hindi lang dapat nalilimitahan na in the absence of the president dapat ikaw yung papalit, no. So during our term ang ginawa namin, yung vice president namin, which is Maxine, hi Max, yan. So yung vice president ko ay naka-assign siya sa constitutional councils, no? So siya ang naka-assign sa Student Congress, siya ang naka-assign sa Student Judicial Council. So yun yung official work niya as vice president, no? So hinayaan namin siya doon, hinayaan namin yung Secretary General, yung Finance, yung Audit and other committees sa USC na magtrabaho on their own. Pero we have to make sure as well na meron laging consultations, no? Kaya merong board meeting kada events, merong monthly meeting kami sa USC para kahit papano doon mapag-uusapan, ano pa ba yung kulang? Ano pa yung dapat natin gawin? May decision kang ganito, ano yung pwede nating gawin para masolusyonan siya?
Tsaka, na-avoid natin mag-micromanage
Yes.
dahil sa reliability and trust natin.
Yes.
They grow as student leaders din mismo.
Yeah, you are not only teaching them how to lead, no? Kailangan turuan din natin sila paano mag-stand up sa sarili nilang paa.
I also love the fact na pinag-uusapan talaga yung every decision na
Yes.
gagawin. Hindi yung porket you're in a high position, you already have the authority to make decisions on your own.
Yes.
Hindi
Of
tayo
course.
authoritarian.
Pero
Yeah.
may ganyang leadership style.
May ganon.
Meron.
May ganon.
May ganon.
If it is
Yeah.
really effective to a certain
To a certain-
leader.
Yes. Ayan, no. Moving forward tayo. Approachable.
Of
Necessary ba? Like, super necessary ba na
Pero
approachable?
hirap din ang approachable lang. Kasi hindi lang siya yung approachable ba sa social media,
Yes.
approachable in person.
Siguro
may
ano?
mga may mga tao na nahihirapang mag-approach sa student leaders cause ang intimidating daw nilang tignan.
Oo.
Parang yung aura nila, madami akong naririnig na ganun actually.
Actually, kapag leader ka, di ba, ma-PR ka. Yung like, you're close to the people. You're
Yeah.
close to who you serve.
Yeah, pero
So-
yung appearance daw talaga, sir, parang antaray kasi tignan. So, parang nahihirapan na silang makipag-communicate. So, how can you make yourself appear more approachable
Oo,
to
siguro
the
kasi
mass?
parang approachability is actually a very broad term, no? Siguro pwede natin gamitin na dapat relatable ka as a student leader. Yun yung lagi kong sinasabi sa mga gustong tumakbo. Sabi ko sa kanila, yung meeting de avance ng USC, isang araw lang siya. And after the meeting de avance, botohan na. So student leaders doesn't have the golden time na mag-process ng mga sinabi mo sa MDA, mag-process kung ano yung technicalities ng mga sinabi mo. What they're going to focus on ay kung gaano ka relatable, yung kung gaano mo pinapansin yung sinasabi nating mga nasa laylayan, kung gaano mo pinapansin yung mga estudyante natin na nangangailangan talaga. It's about being relatable in such a sense na maramdaman nila na, itong leader na to kapag nakaupo na to sa posisyon, maiintindihan niya kami. Itong leader na to, kaya ko tong tawagin kuya. Itong leader na to, kaya ko tong lapitan kapag ako personally merong problema. Hindi dapat nag-end sa problema ng organisasyon yung sinusolusyonan. Kasi laging, sabi nga, di ba, laging para sa estudyante.
Yes, for, with, by the
The students.
students. Very well known na saying sa ating mga leader estudyante. Kayo po,
Yes.
Sir Elvis, paano po kayo naging approachable during your time as a student leader?
Actually, it's really hard, of course, kasi nga, it's student leader. You are a student at the same time you are a leader. So, minsan may pagkakataon talaga na medyo mahirap hanapin. Kung for example, one of the problems kasi that we can encounter if you are a leader is the system is super bureaucratic.
Yes.
We have to follow a certain
Yes.
process.
Yes.
For example, if you have to ask for a certain signature, it takes time talaga.
Yes.
So in terms of being approachable, kailangan you have to make yourself available. So ang ginawa namin before, we have a certain schedule. You will have your own duty for this period of time, etc. So at least hindi lang iisang leader yung nakaupo at hahanapin nila. Kailangan aware kayo sa lahat ng problems, issues, lahat ng events para kapag may isang estudyanteng nagtanong, you know how to answer. Okay? And in terms of approachable, kailangan alam mo kung paano makipag-usap. Sabi nga ni Einor, it should be diplomatic. Alam mo kung paano makipag-usap. Hindi yung nag-hi hello sa'yo, pero wala kang ginawa, no? Something to interact with them. And as a leader, you are the voice of the students. And dapat alam mo kung paano i-translate yon to the management.
Yes, you need to learn how to be an interpreter.
Naging interpreter.
Yeah, you need to be an interpreter. Kasi
Tsaka marunong ka
minsan,
makibagay, no? Kung sino yung kausap mo, marunong ka mag-adjust.
Yes.
you need to adjust din talaga. Ayan, nung pinakahuli naman dito is this Tagalog? Nakalagay, I don't have to pronounce this properly, so I need an interpreter.
over.
So, ang nakalagay here is Ignatian.
Ayan.
Ignatian. So, What's Ignatian?
Kanta ba yan, friend?
It's a girl group na.
Diba?
It's a girl group.
What's
Ay,
Bini
girl
po?
group
Akala ko
na.
what's Bini na lang eh.
Ayan, so Ignatian.
Big
So,
word din, no?
what's Ignatian po ba? Like, does anyone know?
I think it has something to do with religion.
Bigyan natin ng
ayan.
Chris.
Kasi
Miss
kapag
Universe.
Ignatian, baka kasi we are leaning towards one of the characteristics of being a Catholic student. Now, for example, Saint Ignatius. Kung sa Saint Ignatius doon, ano yung mga characteristics ni Saint Ignatius? So we have, are you a law-abiding citizen ba? In terms of, baka kasi more on
Ay,
religion kasi
God-fearing.
yun, God-fearing ka ba? Do you follow a certain process kapag may something ganito? So I think it's more of religion na thing.
Oh, so like, your leadership is like bound or like connected siya sa paniniwala mo religiously.
Yes.
Basta kasi dun yung values din. Eh.
Yeah.
Kung ano yung values na shape dun sa religion nila. Nadadala nila yun in student leadership usually.
Ayun. So,
Actually,
Sino ba nagbigay niya?
Ang hirap ng ano Ang hirap ng concept.
parang
Yun, babe.
malabas
Nag-expect kami ng
yun.
transformation na gano'n.
Kaya nga
Diba?
eh.
Servant.
Gano'n. Student leadership.
Ngayon naman, still from our student entries, we will read and react yung confessions and experiences nila regarding the student leadership culture sa University of Pilipinas.
Ayan, so, ako munang pipili.
Go, sa ating
Ako muna,
wagang
ako
bulot.
muna. May wagang bunulan. Ayan. Ay, wait. Dalawa ito. Ay.
Ay, lang dear. Yes,
Ayan, nakatapi pala siya. Ang nakalagay
Yes,
here.
I.
Power tripping.
Oh.
Period.
Yun
Lo, issue kayo. Ah,
Uy, walang ganyan.
Tripping. So, explain muna natin. What's power tripping po ba?
it's a girl group.
It's Bini po.
What's
Power tripping. Siguro kasi for
Because
them,
ng first
it's,
entry.
kumbaga, binaliktad nila, leadership is not a position, it is an action. Parang binaliktad nila, leadership, position talaga siya. So, ginagamit nila yon just to, president ako.
Oh. To like abuse your power as someone of authority.
Yeah.
Yeah, minsan kasi 'di ba, hindi natin maiiwasan may mga student leader talagang egoistic, no. So, ay, sorry. Ano ba 'yun?
Oh, actually,
Pwede yun.
yes,
Tama
correct siya.
siya.
Diba parang
Hindi ba siya
invisible
like-
daw yung crowd mo kapag may position ka?
Yeah, tumataas or lumalaki ang
lumalaki
kanilang
yung ulo.
Bawal tayo sa mga egoistic na student leaders. Pero kasi, paano ba natin maiiwasan yung paglaki ng ego natin as
When you're in
when you're in position? Kasi minsan, when you're doing something or when you lead, people would misinterpret it as you being an authoritative figure instead of taking this leadership role out of pure passion and commitment.
Self-awareness.
Same answer actually.
Oh, what he said daw.
Grabe.
Hindi really, kasi di ba, parang, di ba meron siyang dalawa, laging merong internal self-awareness, merong external self-awareness, no? Doon siya papasok kasi sa external self-awareness kung saan dapat kilala natin kung sino yung mga
Correct.
pinagsaserbisyohan natin in such a way na, ganito sila mag-interact with me, so dapat suklian ko sila kung paano nila binibigay sa akin yung treatment na binibigay nila. Dapat hindi tayo like mag-isip na mas mataas ako sa taong to. Hindi dapat natin isipin na laging above ako ng mga tao ng mga estudyante sa University of Makati dahil lang na-elect ka as president, no.
And of course, leaders, you are here to serve and not to be served.
Yes.
Something ganyan. You have to humble yourself.
Yes, you serve for the student and not for yourself now.
Correct.
For with
Kasi lilipas din. Yes, I.
For with by, yes, I. Ayan.
Yun na.
Ikaw naman, Ate Ali,
Next entry.
what's your bunot?
Oh,
Yung food.
parang mahaba siya.
Umiinit
Yun.
na guys.
So, kaya magbunot ng
Mahaba siya.
Oo, mahaba siya. A good way to start is to stop the tolerance of responsibility with your colleagues. Since the issue, it has been truly concerning to the student body that these actions are not done alone, but it is the repetition of tolerated irresponsibility. Period.
Paunahan ba?
X squared. Siguro,
Parang bato-bato.
bato-bato. Pero siguro hala,
So,
parang ang daming issue.
ayun, so bottom line to that statement
Stop the
is,
tolerance of
stop,
responsibility.
stop tolerating yung wrongdoings ng colleagues
Mm.
mo or co-constituents.
Yes. Kasi nga sabi ni Mayor, bawat sabihin. Okay lang. Sabi nga ni Mayor Lenny, you are what you tolerate.
Yes.
Yeah.
So kung tinotolerate mo yung isang bagay, lalo na kung negative siya, ikaw yun.
Yeah.
Di ba nga sabi nga natin, leadership positions in a school setup, that is your early practice. Na once you go out, kung ano yung natutuhan mo sa loob ng school, yun yung maa-apply mo sa labas.
Yes. Oh.
So kung tinotolerate mo yung mali, na-tolerate ka nung nandoon ka pa lang.
Yeah, parang align kayo ng paniniwala.
Oo,
Same kayo
kasi
ng
you tolerated it.
values.
Tanggap mo siya.
Like, you justify their wrongdoings because you also believe na tama yun.
Correct. Bulungan lang din sila dyan eh. Oh, sabihin mo dyan,
Okay
ano
lang
tayo.
yun eh.
Coaching, no?
Tsaka yung complacency rin yun eh.
Yes.
Sa pagiging complacent natin, natotolerate natin.
Tsaka nawawala ng transparency.
Tsaka siguro share ko lang guys, no? Parang whenever I do like panel sa mga MDA, no? Ang pinakauna kong tanong sa kanila is, what is your principle as a student leader? No, doon kasi natin pwedeng makuha yung basis natin sa student leadership style natin, no? Kailangan may prinsipyo ka as a student leader. And yung prinsipyo mo na yun, hindi dapat siya mahahaluan ng kahit anong factors, no? Let's say for example, based doon sa asan na yung ano natin?
Entries.
Ayan, sa entry natin, no, na sabi dito parang dapat, let's say you are friends with someone who committed something, no. So tinotolerate mo siya, pinagbibigyan mo siya kasi friends mo siya, pinagtatakpan mo siya. Doon papasok yung prinsipyo mo as student leader. Very important na ikaw aware ka, self-aware ka kung ano yung prinsipyo mo, kung ano yung gusto mong gawin, kung sino ka as a student leader. Kasi doon yun yung magiging basis ng decision making mo. Yun yung magiging basis kung paano ka magli-lead, and most importantly, yun yung magiging basis kung paano mo magbibigay magandang service sa
May
students.
individuality rin. No?
Yes.
Hindi siya yung
Yes.
basta dependent ka sa nasa paligid mo, na kahit alam mo nang mali, basta sabi ni friend,
Mm.
go na.
Yeah, dapat may pagka-individualistic pa din tayo eh. Tama?
Own values.
Yes. Ayan, kayo naman po Sir Elvis, ang bumunot.
Sana hindi ma.
Sa
Mahaba.
mabibigyan.
Ang haba.
Oh, no. Confessional.
Wala, parang former student ko pa to. Oo nga.
May pangalan.
May pangalan.
Oo. Student leaders should start actually listening to students more, like asking for feedback and responding to it, not just posting announcements. It makes students feel heard and more involved. Okay. So I think to address this, baka yung approach in leadership, we are more of top-down approach rather than the bottom-up approach. So, mas maganda siguro, sabi nila, ay pakinggan natin kung ano yung gusto nung nakararami ng students. Instead of us leaders providing the solutions, hearing, pinapakinggan lang natin yung problem at the end, dapat baliktad. Sa simula pa lang, we'll listen to the problems and we provide solutions. So, ang approach natin, bottom up, para si leaders andyan to lead and manage. Kasi minsan, leadership na lang yung ginagawa, nawawala na yung management. So, it's
Parang
okay, it's good to...
Welfare check din siya sa students natin. Kasi it's really important to know kung ano ba yung mga relevant issues or yung mga issues na na-experience ng mga students natin. Hindi yung tayo lang, yung na-observe lang natin. Kasi minsan, hindi natin nakikita yung actual problems na na-experience ng students. So we
Correct.
really need to ask them kung ano ba yung mga issues na na-experience nila.
We have to go to the ground talaga. Kung asan sila. So at least we know how to address their problems para maging student-centered talaga yung approach natin.
Tsaka it talks a lot about listening being the heart of servant leadership.
Correct.
No? Kailangan talaga marunong tayong makinig. Kasi again, yun yung baseline natin. Sino bang pinagsisilbihan natin? Yung estudyante ng University of Makati. Ano ba yung kailangan ng mga estudyante ng university? Hindi naman natin like kailangan sabihin na, ako as a leader, ito yung gusto kong gawin. Kailangan i-identify natin, swak ba siya sa needs ng community? Parang ma-adapt ba yan ng mga UMAC students pag yan yung pina-implement natin? Ma-adapt ba yan ng mga university na yan yung kailangan nila? Baka kasi maganda yung goal natin, maganda yung vision natin as a leader, pero hindi naman yun
Hindi
yung
siya
kailangan.
realistic din.
Oo, hindi yun yung kailangan ng estudyante, hindi siya realistic, hindi siya attainable. And di ba sabi nga nila sa love, parang sa love, no, dapat alam mo yung love language ng partner mo. Dapat kilala mo siya.
Kasi minsan, ang ganda nung plano, pero mali yung approach.
Yes.
Ang ganda nung event, pero, wrong audience.
True.
Parang ganun siya. So, at least we know how to assess it properly. Para at least we can address it. Na, ganito pala dapat.
Applicable yung smart sa research.
Ayan, so kayo naman po, Kuya Iner.
Kayo naman po.
Ayan, pinili niya
Hoy,
kayo yung
Nakahaba. Parang essay to.
Essay ata yan. Che.
Full entry ata yan. With
Parang
time.
sinamarize na, no? Ayan,
Ay, tama,
sige.
guys.
I got this one, experiencing that these student leaders think highly of themselves, that every time a student like me engages with them, all I get is a disgusted look in their eyes with a smug expression. Paano yung smug expression,
Parang-
Abby?
Paano yun?
Ayan. This behavior is quite concerning since yet again, the sole purpose of the student leaders is to serve the student body. And of course, they too are also part of the student body. These actions reflect that student leaders only tend to run for the clout and not for the purpose of serving. Actually, very evident siya sa panahon ngayon, not only in the university, no, yung sinasabi nating clout leadership, no. Maraming, hindi ko naman nilalahat, pero there are some talaga na tumatakbo kasi gusto nila ng clout. Tumatakbo kasi gusto nila mapansin sila, in which we can't blame them on the other hand, no, na baka pangit yung childhood nila.
Ayun, sinisi yung childhood nila.
Joke lang, guys.
Kaya hinanap nila yung validation.
Oo.
Sa student leadership
Sa
pa.
student leadership, which is
Pero kasi
wrong.
parang
Mali
you
siya,
don't really
oo.
get validation sa student
Yes.
leadership.
Kasi when you're a student leader,
Ikaw
hindi mo
pinaka-criticize.
maiiwasan ang criticism.
True. You should be willing to accept criticisms, no? Tsaka as student leader kasi, kailangan na alam natin kung hanggang saan yung limitasyon natin. Katulad nito, kanina pa natin pinag-uusapan, sir, no, na dapat diplomatic ka when you are a student leader. So, dapat alam mo paano makihalubilo sa tao,
Approachable.
approachable ka,
Approachable
relatable
ka.
ka. Kasi, katulad nito, merong isang estudyante na nakaranas na nagtatry siyang mag-approach pero ang nakuha na lang daw smug expression ng student leader. And we have to be realistic and honest na hindi lang isang estudyante yung nakaka-receive neto, yung nakakatanggap neto. Kaya as student leader, kailangan natin maging aware, no, kung paano tayo nakikita. Again, external self-awareness.
Yeah. Pero like, not to defend yung student leader na yun, pero just to like get or explain many situations. Siguro pagod siya or madami
Correct.
siyang
Pagod.
May mga
hinahandle,
instance naman talagang
madaming
ganun.
inisip.
Baka naman during midterm exam
Ayun din.
yun.
But
Ay,
at
ba
the same,
naglalakad lang siya, may kausap.
O baka naman malabo ang mata.
ayun din, baka nakaganon lang.
Kumbaga lahat ng benefit of the doubt.
Yung benefit of
Ganun
the doubt.
din, let's be
Compassion pa
kind
din.
din to our student leaders.
Yeah.
Kasi nga, wala naman tong pasahod.
Ayun.
Diba? They're doing their best to serve you better.
Yeah.
So at least, let's just give them the benefit of the doubt na, baka pagod siya during that time.
Yeah.
So, baka
Malay
you can
natin, approachable pala
re-approach,
siya.
diba? Approach mo ulit sa susunod.
Ayan.
Ano, may hi.
Pero sa student leaders natin, as much as possible, wag naman natin bigyan ng side eye or tarayan yung mga students natin na magre-raise sana ng concern because it will also affect how they communicate with various student leaders.
Yes.
Parang representative heuristics na din siya.
Magkakaroon din ng gap actually, no,
Yeah.
between student leaders and sa students ng university natin.
Ayan, so moving forward, so what's one practice current student leaders should start doing ASAP? Like, kailangan nang gawin to ng mga student leaders
Out of all
ngayon.
the confessions we've read so far. Confessions?
Parang kailangan namin ng 5-minute break.
Kaya nga parang,
Mag-usap na kami ulit.
yung leader should be intentional. Bakit ka tatakbo dun sa posisyon na yon? So that's number one. You have to be intentional. Diba, clear direction leads to clear, baliktad. Clear intention leads to clear direction. Kung alam mo kung bakit ka tumatakbo at para kanino ka magsaserve, hindi ka mawawala, hindi ka maliligaw. So as early as now, you have to compose yourself. Bakit ako tatakbo sa posisyon na to? At para kanino ako magsaserve?
Yes. Kanino ka bumabang?
Correct.
Ganun.
Less.
Less kasi.
Ayun.
Ness. Ma'am Ness.
Ayun, kayo po, Sir Aynor. Sir Aynor?
Sir Aynor.
Kuya Aynor.
Ayan, sige. Siguro to add lang dun sa sinabi ni Sir, no? Ako naniniwala talaga ako na kailangan as a student leader, kailangan i-build mo muna yung core mo as a person. And dapat, again, meron tayong prinsipyo. Meron tayong pinaniniwalaang principles. Kasi, ulit-ulitin lang natin na ito yung nagiging basis natin ng decision making. So, bago ka tumakbo, dapat alam mo na ang way of leadership ko is macro leadership. So, alam ko na magtitiwala lang ako sa kung anong kayang gawin nung kasama ko sa organisasyon. Meron din namang micro leadership na mas nakakampante ka as a president, as a leader na, uy, kamusta ka? Anong plano mo sa ganito? Uy, kamusta ka? Bakit ganyan yung naging desisyon mo? Both are okay, pero kailangan lang natin syempre talaga i-balance, no? Kung ano yung kailangan dun sa sitwasyon. Let's say for example, kayong lahat, sobrang dami ng ginagawa. Sa USC, di ba, kada chairperson merong naka-assign na events, no? So, hindi lang naman yung preparation time ng event is 2 weeks, which is actually nangyayari minsan 2 weeks na lang, mag-event na. Kaya na-overlook natin or natatanggal natin sa konsiderasyon yung quality ng event. Kasi pinupush through natin kahit sobrang ikli na lang ng preparation time. Which is something as well na kailangan nating pag-isipan ng maayos. No? So umpisa pa lang, dapat alam nyo ng lahat na itong event yung naka-assign sa atin. So dapat ngayon pa lang meron na tayong specific plan of action. Kasi 'di ba, bago tayo mag-start, bago ma-reactivate yung organization natin, meron tayong general plan of action. So kasama doon, persons assigned, persons responsible, kung sino yung magli-lead ng event na yon. So the moment na malaman mo na ako mag-handle ng event na to, dapat doon pa lang may plano ka na. Hindi pwede na magkakaroon ka lang ng plan kapag malapit na yung events. Kasi sa isang event ng organization, hindi lang planning yung pinaka-importante, no? Marami tayong, sabi nga ni Sir, di ba, very bureaucratic yung
Correct.
process sa university natin. So, maraming dadaanan ng opisina, maraming dadaanan sa funds, maraming dadaanan sa pagpapa-approve ng events. So, kailangan planado siya. Kailangan meron tayong timeline.
Yes, like, dagdag ko din. Like, gusto ko din kasi mag-add, you know.
Huwag naman saan.
Gusto ko mag-add kasi na I want for the future student leaders, I want you to stand your ground while still being compassionate. Like, yes, your opinions might differ, but you need to be, empathetic towards it. You need to be compassionate. You don't need to, raise an eyebrow, magtaray, taasan ng boses, or anything. You just need to, explain your side properly. Huwag kayong sisigaw. Because, mahirap mag-explain sa isang student leader na parang ayaw niyang pakinggan yung
Yes.
side mo.
Yung sobrang aggressive na.
Sobrang aggressive just because your opinions are different or kapag magbibigay ka ng suggestion, ayaw nilang i-take.
Passive-aggressive na siya.
For the future student leaders, please don't be passive-aggressive. Ayan.
Oo. Matutong makinig.
Yeah.
Again, dapat relatable ka.
Kailangan relatable. Kailangan
Given that, in both of your views, how should student leadership be determined? Elected, earned, or both? And what does low voter turnout in CEC elections say about student trust in the current system?
Siguro we have to clarify muna, no? Ano ba yung pinagkaiba ng elected sa earned? Kasi when you are elected to the position, you also earn that position. So, ano ba yung difference ng dalawa based on your questions mo?
Okay, sa kasi nung sa students, yung nila with elected, yung talagang they voted it. Tapos
So,
the
you have the mandate. May mandate
so basically,
ka kapag elected.
elected and appointed.
Yes.
Okay. So, sa akin, dapat elected ka as a student leader. Hindi lang dapat na pinpoint ka, na appointed ka. Kasi it talks a lot about student participation din kasi, no? So, mainit-init na usapan, no? Student participation sa voter turnout natin sa university ngayon, no?
ongoing pa siya.
Ongoing siya actually. So, ayun, kailangan maintindihan natin yung importance ng election. Kasi aside from the fact na it talks a lot about democracy, it also talks a lot about the competency, no, nung student leaders, the competency ng commission na nag-handle ng election, and most importantly, yung competency natin in terms of in terms sa pag-spread ng information about that thing, no? Kasi makikita natin sa voter turnout kung mababa, mataas, or sakto lang na, baka hindi nakarating sa ibang estudyante na may election pala tayo ngayon. Kasi guys, again, hindi natin pwedeng isisi sa estudyante, no? Na hindi sila bumoto kasi ayaw lang nila. Maraming aspect na pwede nating i-consider kung bakit hindi bumoboto yung mga estudyante natin. And hindi lang yon dahil personally ayaw nilang bumoto. Hindi naman ganun kababaw mag-isip yung mga estudyante natin sa university.
I think dito na papasok yung leadership and management on how are we going to propose a solution to this certain issue. Baka kasi there's something wrong with the problem that we have to address. Paano ba kasi kinanda ang election? Do we need to change it? Do we need to extend the time? So, sino yung dapat nating kausapin? Kailangan ma-course through natin, ma-communicate natin ng maayos kung sinong office ba dapat ang kailangan kausapin. Bakit kapag faculty evaluation nagagawa natin yung mga
Yes.
estudyante? What's the mechanism there? Do we need to follow something? Do we need to adopt kung ano yung best practice during that time or dun sa scenario na yon? So, we can provide a certain solution. Or, bakit hindi gawin face-to-face pala ang election? Bakit hindi mag-room-to-room ang student commission on elections? Baka doon sa process yung problem, wala sa estudyante. Kasi if I have to participate and I need to participate, I will. I will do my best because it's my right. Diba? My right to suffrage tayo. Pero doon sa process nawawala. Kasi yung schedule ko hectic. So, hindi yung estudyante yung problem natin, yung turnout. Baka yung proseso kung paano nagkakandak ng election.
Ayan.
Yes.
Follow-up question ko lang po. Kasi I'm curious as well, should voting in CSE elections or USC elections be mandated to all students?
I think it was the issue before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yung na-raise yung concern na dapat i-require yung isang estudyante
Para
na
lumabas yung grades.
para lumabas. So something may ganon no? Naging bureaucratic din siya in a way kasi nga authoritarian na ito yung decision, ibinaba na lang agad. So I think kailangan para ma-practice natin yung full participation, not really required. Kasi even outside naman, no, yung national elections or barangay elections, it's not required. But highly encouraged. But the question is, ano yung process? That's the question. Doon pa rin talaga siya babalik. Ano ba yung process? Paano ba kayo nag-conduct ng election?
Yes, kasi up until now, parang online pa din kasi ginagawa yung election. And for me, hindi na siya efficient na online pa rin natin ginagawa. Kasi yung classes nga natin face-to-face na, di ba? So, what limits like the Commission on Student Elections na gawin pa rin online yung election natin sa university, no? Kasi number one, yung mga estudyante wala na sa social media. Yung mga estudyante hindi na binibigyang pansin yung mga announcements na nasa social media. Makikita natin yan saan? Sa engagement sa announcements, sa engagement natin sa mga posts natin sa organizational pages natin no sa university, even sa main page ng University of Makati. We have 12,000 students sa university pero hindi umaabot ng 1,000 yung nagre-react. So meaning hindi lahat, dapat yun nga pwede na natin gamiting basis yun no, na hindi effective yung online. Hindi effective yung online dissemination ng information. So, bakit hanggang ngayon nag-i-stick pa rin tayo sa Google Forms? Na actually hindi nga natin, sa Google Forms nga hindi natin ma-filter. Kung, alimbawa ako from IIHS, bumoto ko sa CBFS. Kaya ba nating i-filter yon, di ba? Yun yung isa sa mga bagay na na-overlook natin and alarming actually. No? Halimbawa sa voting ng USC, MDA, sabi natin dapat student leader lang na present yung pwedeng bumoto. Pero how sure are we na yung mga pumapasok sa Google Forms na yon ay student leaders, right? So, very important na nakakayanan naman natin na gawing face-to-face yung classes. No? Why not make the elections face-to-face as well?
Tsaka wala tayong voters ed, no?
Yes.
Wala tayong voters ed campaign or anything, like parang, ano ba yung limitations? Ano yung dapat alam mo as a voter dito? Ano yung pwede, ano yung hindi? Kasi ang dami nagiging action ngayon na parang, hindi sila aware na hindi na pala dapat.
So yun, number one talaga, awareness din. Like, paano natin ibinaba sa mga estudyante na may election? Nag-ingay ba tayo sa cafeteria? Kasi dun sila nagtatambay. Nagbigay ba tayo ng information dissemination sa library? Kasi ando dun yung mga estudyante ngayon. So, dapat puntahan kung asan sila.
Yeah,
Uso pa
ayan.
dati na face-to-face MDA, mga mob.
At saka may mga ballot boxes before sa USC. Hindi ko lang alam kung meron pa din.
Hopefully bumalik. Ayan. Anyways, moving forward sa next question natin. What do you think we need to have a better student leadership system or culture at UMac? To repeat the question,
Oh, for context.
what do you
Twice
think
pala,
we
no?
need to have a better student leadership system or culture at UMac?
Ay siguro dapat adaptable tayo, no? Kasi sa isang termino ng mga leader estudyante sa university, laging magkakaroon ng problema, laging magkakaroon ng mga bagay na ma-overlook natin. And as future student leaders, as running candidates, kailangan aware tayo kung ano yung mga yun para ma-adapt natin siya the next term. 'Di ba sabi nila, kailangan alam natin yung anticipatory thinking, no? So, again, aware tayo kung ano yung nangyari from the previous terms so that on the next term, magkakaroon tayo ng solution with that one.
Kayo po, sir.
What accountability should look
No,
like?
what do you think we need to have a better student leadership
Awesome.
system or culture at UMac?
A better culture. Kasi ang concern naming mga teachers, students will provide an excuse letter for their MBA or meeting the avance. And then later on, we'll find out na wala naman palang kalaban yung isang partido. So, why conduct a certain meeting the avance? Well, in fact, wala naman palang kalaban. So, I think in terms of accountability ba yan? No,
No.
sorry. Better culture of leadership system, baka nakukulangan na tayo sa pagpapromote ng leadership. So, I just want to take the College of Innovative Teacher Education. One of our core values is leadership. So, as much as possible, we want to encourage our students to participate and engage in any local organization kung saan gusto nilang sumali. Para kapag nagkaroon ng events, we know kung saan sila nagpa-participate. Kasi sobrang laki ng factor na matututuhan nila kapag nasa isang organization ka. Hanggang sa one time, I found out my advisory class, halos lahat sila excused because of their local organizations. So from that point pa lang, baka ang focus na lang kasi in terms of college, more on content. Wala ng leadership. So, as early as now, we need to include or integrate yung leadership sa curriculum or baka meron pang pwedeng paglagyan.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh.
And it's really such an eye-opener and it's really concerning how umuunti ng umuunti ang mga tumatakbong student leaders. It speaks about how quote-unquote toxic it is sa ating leadership culture. It's not the passion that kills a student leader. It's about the environment. Hindi lang namamatay ang passion ng isang student leader, but it's also because of the surroundings. Kung bakit ba sila tumigil? Bakit ba hindi sila tumakbo? It's not just about, hindi lang yung reason nila, it's not just about themselves, but also about kung ano yung nakakita nila, kung ano yung na-experience nila.
Yeah,
And it's really
tsaka-
concerning. So we really need to, have a better, much more healthier environment, not only for the students, but also for, the student leaders.
For them to
'Cause
grow,
again,
no?
bago tayo naging student leaders,
Estudyante ka.
naging students muna tayo.
Yes. Tsaka add ko lang, no, dun papasok kasi na kailangan importante sa mga student leaders na isa sa maging goal natin as student leaders to create more leaders, no. Sabi nga nila, 'di ba, great leadership hindi siya nag-e-end sa pagko-conduct ng magagandang events, hindi siya nag-e-end kapag nabigyan mo na ng magandang service ng estudyante. Your success indicator as a student leader is kapag nakapag-build ka pa ng mas maraming leaders, no. So kapag nakapag-inspire ka pa ng mga estudyante na maging leader, kapag nakita mo sa sarili mo na naging influential ako in terms of making others believe na mayroon pa ring spirit of leadership sa University of Makati. No, kailangan alam natin na as a student leader, main goal dapat natin or one of our responsibilities ay makapag-inspire ng mga estudyante na maging leader pa rin since who would lead the students of the University of Makati kung wala nang gustong tumakbo? Dahil lang sa rason na hindi nila gusto yung nangyayari, hindi nila gusto yung environment sa University of Makati student leadership, no. So, as student leaders, dapat aware tayo doon, no, sa ganong point of view na hindi lang dapat nag-end yung legacy natin doon sa mga events na nagawa natin. Dapat aware tayo kung paano tayo makakapag-build pa ng ibang mga estudyante na maging leader. Hindi man maging kagaya mo na leader, pero magkaroon man lang ng urge sa kanila na, I want to step up. Gusto kong mag-run as an officer.
So for our last question, wow!
That's na.
After elections, what should accountability look like for those who win?
Ayan. So, kapag nanalo ka sa isang election, how will you take accountability for it? Like, paano mo gagampanan yung tungkulin your responsibilities and duties mo as a student leader?
So parang doon na siya mag-start, di ba? Kung nanalo ka na, start ka na sa student leader sa inyo.
Of course, you have to accept the fact that nanalo ka. And you have to show up. After nun, you have to plan everything. Fail to plan is plan to fail. So kung hindi ka talaga nakapagplano ahead of time, walang mangyayari. At kung wala kang maayos na plano, hindi mo alam kung anong gagawin mo. So, kung nanalo ka na in terms of accountability, you have to show up. That's number one. You have to be present talaga. Dapat at doon ka, hindi yung na-elect ka lang because of popularity. Not because of, kasi konti lang yung bumoto eh. Yun na yun. It turns out na hindi naman pala quorum. So, parang i-appoint na natin kung sino yung tumakbo, something like that. Dapat maipakita mo talaga. No? It will show in the long run kung bakit ka tumakbo. Ay, tama yung decision ng mga tao kung bakit siya nanalo. Dahil during his term, ito yung mga activities na maalala nila. Or, after nun, kapag nagtatrabaho na sila, I think I want to look forward na ito, naturo sa amin to when nang nagkaroon ako ng student council, na experience ko na ganito, something like that. So, makita nila yung value kung bakit ka nandoon at kung bakit ka nanalo.
Yes. Tsaka siguro yung accountability natin after the election kapag nanalo na is yung commitment natin sa service. No? Sabi, 'di ba, maraming instances na student leaders first quarter lang active. May ibang rason na dahil sa academics nagiging busy sila, which is actually a valid reason. No? However, before running for a position, dapat alam mo na makaka-apekto talaga siya sa academics mo. No? Meron tayong masasacrifice as a student
Correct.
leader. Diba, sir? And number one doon yung academics natin.
Correct. When I was in second year, for going to look at my TOR, alam mo na. Yung time na yon, doon siya naging student council.
Kumbaga, gaganon talaga siya. Bababa talaga yung academics mo. Pero, kailangan mo pa rin i-balance talaga. No? Kasi, paano ka pa magiging student leader na second sem kung hindi ka na makapag-enroll? Kasi drop out ka na pala.
Kailangan mo talaga siyang panindigan. Oo.
Challenge talaga siya.
It's really a challenge being a student leader while juggling your studies. Lalo na kapag, let's say, 4 ang major subjects mo, tapos 3 or 4.5 units. Tapos
Isang events mo pa in 1 month, no?
Yeah, may event ka, tapos mabay pa doon yung quizzes mo. Alin ang mas
Excuse ka sa quiz.
matimbang? Alin ang mas matimbang? Ang pagiging student leader, ang quiz mo na nakasalalay ang iyong education.
Pick your poison na lang.
Pick your poison na lang talaga.
Bahala ka. Pumili.
Kaya, it's really hard being a student leader. But at the same time, it's also hard being a student din. Kaya, kudos to the student leaders who, up until this point, may passion pa din to be a student leader sa
Showing
next
up.
academic year. Hindi sila nagpapatinag at they know na kaya nila. And I'm really
Yes.
proud of that. We're really proud of that.
And sometimes, hindi talaga natin maiiwasan na we will choose leadership rather than being a student for a period of time. Kasi lagi natin inilalaban na we are student leaders. Nauuna yung student, so you have to prioritize your academics rather than being a leader. Pero kasi minsan, you have to show up, and that's accountability because you are committed to the position. And sometimes we have to, talagang, we have to weigh na sacrifice muna natin yung academics, pero babawi tayo. Don't forget that.
Pag iwan na natin yung
Oo.
ACADS.
Wag naman yung ganun kasi baka may pagkakataon na mas happy yung experiences mo doon sa leadership. So, mas hindi ka na nagbibigay ng pansin doon sa ACADS mo. Ganun yung nangyari sa, I don't know, may time talaga na ganun. No? You have to sacrifice something.
Yeah. Now, ayun yung final question natin. And that's a wrap for this episode. Thank you so much to our student leaders. Remember, leadership is a privilege given by the community.
And to our students, your voice doesn't end in conversations like this. It shows in who you choose, what you demand, and what you tolerate. Because a strong student body creates strong student leaders.
And this has been You Talk Podcast. I'm Luna.
And I'm Ali. Thank you for being part of the conversation and see you next month. Hindi tayo...
Teka lang, closing skills muna ulit. Simula kay Luna. Kasi
Akala ko may message.
Kasi pag-time run.
Final message yung dalawa.
Okay.
tuloy-tuloy lang tayo. Sige, final message.
Lo,
To the student leader.
O sige, adlib na lang kayo. Sinong sasagot? Tatanong.
Okay, ayan.
Very proactive.
Kaya nga eh.
Dapat
Dapat
kailangan
ano?
mag-student leader proactive talaga.
Yes, of
Initiative.
course.
And initiative.
You have to be present.
Yes,
Oh.
kailangan present talaga tayo at all times. So before this episode of You Talk ends, can we please ask some closing statements from our dear guests?
Yes, I.
Starting po with you, Sir Elvis Galzada.
To the next future leaders of the University of Makati, we have so much trust in you. Malaki yung tiwala, doon pala ako titingin. Malaki yung tiwala namin sa inyo because you are the future leaders of this land.
Yes.
Diba? Of course, you have to trust yourself. Kasi kung walang ibang magtitiwala sa'yo, sarili mo lang yung maiiwan. And then, you have to be firm with that decision. You have to accept the fact na tumatakbo ka, kumakandidato ka. If there are constructive criticisms, you have to address it, and then you have to continue and move forward. So, you have to take heart, pagsikapan mo, just be committed, and always remember na hindi lang naman ikaw yung nandiyan. No? You have your friends, your co-student leaders to help and support you. So, wag mahihiyang mag-tanong.
Ayan. So, na-pressure naman ako.
Actually, hindi naman alam yung sasabihin.
Ayan, sige. So, my message to the future student leaders na ng University of Makati. Unang-una, sana hindi kayo mapagod, no? Yung role mo as a student leader is, I know, very taxing, no? Very tiring siya in such a way na, sabi nga kanina, marami kang masasacrifice, no? To be present every time, to show up every time, regardless. Let's say, for example, you have personal problems. Meron kang problema, personal, academics, pero kailangan mo mag-show up. Pero I want you guys to still remember na you have the entire UMAC studentry with you, no? Hindi ka nag-iisang mag-lead, no? So, unahin mo muna yung sarili mo. It is important na to take care of yourselves kasi hindi ka makakapagbigay ng good service kapag ikaw mismo sa sarili mo ay hindi okay, no? Sometimes it is okay not to be okay, but I want you guys as well to prioritize everything about yourself, no? So, hindi naman magiging basehan kapag magbe-break ka for a moment kasi pagod ka na, no? What's important is mag-bounce back ka, bigay mo ulit kung ano yung kaya mong ibigay sa students ng University of Makati, and you have to make sure that you are still on the same path na kung saan ka nagsimula, kung bakit ka nagserbisyo, at andun pa din yung prinsipyo mo as a student leader. So, good luck everyone, and we pray for the universe na bigyan kayo ng magandang term, and syempre, Kaya-kaya niya yan.
This has been You Talk Podcast. I'm Luna.
And I'm Ali.
Thank you for being part of the conversation, and see you next month.